Weight limit should not be a factor if both fighters make the mandatory weight limit. That's what I'm saying. This is Serious Ground Boxing, and we're talking about the serious, sweet science where I'm bringing social media arguments to the world. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe because I'm telling you right now, we are arguing in the Serious Grind Boxing Facebook group. Hey, you can join that if you want to. But look, man, in boxing, you know what I'm saying? Look, debates around size, weight classes, rehydration clauses dominate too many discussions, and people are arguing right now on Facebook, and it's getting on my nerves. So look, man, so many strong arguments can be made on both sides, right? But look, if a fighter successfully meets the mandatory limit at the official weigh-in, all these other concerns about size differences and just all this anger should be completely dismissed. And I say that because, look, man, boxing at its core is about skill, it's about strategy, and then of course, it's about heart, not just the physical size of an individual. You got what I'm saying? Now, look, I do understand that boxing weight systems, were created to basically create a level playing field, right? Because I say that because when weight classes were introduced to create fairness, to ensure that, fighters basically competed against opponents of a similar size. But look, man, once both fighters step on the scale and meet that agreed weight limit, look, they should equal or jump into the ring on whatever they feel makes them equal. You got what I'm saying? Like, look, equal terms is, did they make the weight? Okay, so now they are within the rules of the sport. You got what I'm saying? This is my thinking. You got what, this is just my opinion. We're arguing about it right now on Facebook, so I had to jump on right there. Look, man, mandatory weight limits, they are designed to ensure fairness before the fight, right? So boxers weigh in, they ensure that, that the athletes, they're competing under the same conditions. You got what I'm saying? And fighters, they are aware of the weight limit well in advance. So guess what they have to do? They have to adjust their training. They gotta, adjust their physical conditioning so that they can meet the requirements. But once the scale confirms that they are in compliance, then the fighters have fulfilled the necessary criteria to compete. Does that make sense? Now, a lot of people are talking about after the fight, post-fight weighs, look, man, after the fight, your weight is gonna fluctuate. You know what I'm saying? Because you're suffering from dehydration. You may be suffering from overhydration. I don't know. But look, rehydration and weight gain after a weigh-in is a standard practice across all sports that require a weight limit. You got what I'm saying? So now in boxing, some fighters, they naturally rehydrate more than others due to their body composition. You got what I'm saying? And a person's body they have different recovery strategies, right? To make them feel, like they're whole again. So these fluctuations is not an unfair advantage. You know what I'm saying? It's not. You know what I'm saying? It's a natural aspect of an athlete preparing himself or herself to engage in combat. You got what I'm saying? So I got the mentality that it's skill over strategy. You know what I'm saying? No, skill and strategy over size. That's how I'm thinking about it. You got what I'm saying? So how do you think about it? Leave your thoughts in the comment section. But look, history shows that size alone does not determine the outcome of fights. Smaller fighters have repeatedly overcome physical disadvantages through superior speed, skill, and of course, having the proper strategy, that proper game plan. Because if you look at Manny Pacquiao and, when he fight, you know what I'm saying? He always or almost always fought bigger opponents. but he had explosive speed. And of course, his work rate and his work ethic was like nobody else. If you look at Terrence Bud Crawford, you know, especially with this matchup that he's getting ready to fight Canelo Alvarez, right? Even him and his coach, Bo McIntyre, they dismissed concerns about size because they was emphasizing that the size would not determine the outcome, but it would be about skill and who executed the proper game plan. You feel what I'm saying? Now, in this video, I put up a picture of Canelo Alvarez and a picture of Terrence Crawford. I think this is the pictures of them on the Undisputed Gang. Look, now Canelo Alvarez on his Undisputed character picture, it looks good. It looks cool. You know, he look like Canelo Alvarez. But Terrence Crawford picture, it looked like he drunk. He looked like a monster, a zombie. I don't know, man. It's like Walking Dead. I don't know what. He's a Walking Dead zombie right there. It just looks so crazy. I'm sorry. Let me get serious. Okay, so rehydration clauses are a double-edged sword. And I say that because, you know, they were introduced to limit, you know, the post-weigh, you know, the how much a fighter weighs before and after the fight because of so many. They're trying to prevent the size disparity, you know, when they're fighting, right? But I think that it's counterproductive. You got what I'm saying? Because it's health concerns. Now, the fighters, they gotta severely limit their rehydration risk when they enter the ring if they're underhydrated. You know what I'm saying? So if a fighter enters that ring and he's underhydrated, then guess what? That's gonna impair their stamina, their endurance, and their ability to withstand punches. You got me? So all of these stuff, it's a science to it now. I don't know the science to it. You got what I'm saying? A lot of people in the group, they were arguing about Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis, right? They was talking about Ryan Garcia and that rehydration clause with Gervonta Tank Davis. And they were saying that is why he lost. They was basically suggesting that that's the only thing that hindered him as Ryan Garcia. Basically, that rehydration clause hindered him from his natural recovery and affected his ability to perform. And I'm like, okay, I understand that argument. I have no problem with that argument. You got what I'm saying? Now, some people in the group are also saying that, you know, fighters, you know, professional fighters who sign a contract, they know the conditions of the fight. You got what I'm saying? So Ryan Garcia, when he signed the contract, he knew what he was signing up for. He knew that he was going to have to fight at a certain weight. So why even bring it up? Why even talk about it? When you signed the contract and you knew. Now, if you signed the contract and then you intentionally did not make the weight, then that's a problem. That's something to talk about. But if you know the weight limit and then you agree to fight at that weight, then guess what? You should be a person of your word and honor the contract. You got what I'm saying? Now, like I said, fighters, they sign these contracts knowing the conditions of the fight. You got what I'm saying? So don't agree to face a larger opponent or a smaller opponent, you know what I'm saying, at whatever weight, and then be angry about the rehydration clause. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. You know what I'm saying? If you agree to it, then you agree to it. But when I agree to it and you agree to it, then we have to honor the contract. And what we can't do is act as if it's okay to not honor your contract. It's not okay. You got what I'm saying? So I'm going to push past that, but I just had to put that out there, you know what I'm saying? Because we arguing right now in the Serious Grind Boxing group. I'm just telling you, people just argue. But hey, argue, leave it in the comment section. Let's start our argument. You want to argue with me? You can't win. Okay, anyway. So when I think about history, though, right? History tells me that size does not guarantee a victory, because I've seen it time and time again throughout boxing history that boxing skills and a strategic game plan trump size all day, every day. Look at Floyd Mayweather versus Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez was naturally bigger than Floyd Mayweather, but Floyd Mayweather's defensive skills and technical skills made easy work of Canelo Alvarez. He dominated Canelo in the ring. Look at Roy Jones Jr. and John Ruiz. Roy Jones Jr., he moved up to heavyweight and he defeated a significantly larger John Ortiz. But what did he do? He had to depend on his speed and his boxing IQ. And if you go back in history or pull it up on YouTube, Sugar Ray Leonard versus marvelous Marvin Hagler. You got what I'm saying? Leonard moved up to fight a larger Marvin Hagler, but he had a great strategy, and guess what? He got the win. You got what I'm saying? So size does not guarantee victory. Size does matter though. You know what I'm saying? It does matter. You feel what I'm saying? But anyway, a lot of people are just arguing just for the sake of arguing, and they are focused on the scale, and I think that focus is misguided. And I say that because, like I said, in this video, look, boxing is a sport of skill. It's a sport of courage. It's a sport of adaptability. So these fighters, they are training to overcome all of these challenges, to include a size disparity. So as long as both athletes make the agreed weight at the official weigh-in, in my mind, it's an even level playing field. Now, of course, these additional restrictions like rehydration clauses, Gervonta Tank Davis is always getting those clauses put in there. You know what I'm saying? But that stuff, it detracts everyone from the essence of boxing, because what it's doing is placing undue focus on a number rather than the fight itself, and it's creating ammunition for people to basically discredit the fight or the fighters. You got what I'm saying? So I'm getting ready to get out of here, but I had to talk about that. That we had to talk about the weight debate. You got what I'm saying? Because the weight debate in boxing, in my opinion, is overstated. If both fighters make the mandatory weight at the official weigh-in, then size should not be a concern for anybody who is not fighting. The fighters said that they agreed, they honored their agreements, and once again, history demonstrates that skill, strategy, having a proper game plan, and the execution of that game plan is more decisive, you know what I'm saying, and creates the outcome of the actual fight. So rehydration clauses and size debates only, I'm gonna say, muddy the waters of boxing. You got what I'm saying? Because the principles of boxing, they are built on fairness within these weight classes, and boxing thrives on unpredictability. It thrives on analyzing different styles and looking at different strategies and game plans. And if you just acting like size means everything, man, come on, man. You are just doing a disservice to boxing. You got what I'm saying? So, I think we need to keep the focus where it belongs. And that is on the fighter executing the proper game plan and the performance on that night in the ring. You feel what I'm saying? But hey, those are my thoughts on it. You let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. This is Serious Grind Boxing, and I had to present the serious sweet science, because we are arguing right now on Facebook and we are talking about rehydration clauses, and I'm like, man, get out of here, man. Look, stay on the grind. I'm gonna talk to you later.